episodes that we filmed together
was really funny.
Was really funny.
Even our breakup.
I mean, that was, let's
I
not
still
get into
can't
that.
believe that you guys
I
dated.
don't think I can believe that happened. Yeah. So, but anyway, so I think that was funny. Any of the stuff that we used to do where they just used to like let us. Your experience of MIC is so different to mine because you put yourself through the absolute ringer.
Yeah.
Like in stuff like.
But did you choose not? Did you not want to, or you just didn't have that? Because I
did not want to. I'm way too sensitive for that.
Do you,
I could not
do you really
handle
think
that.
that's what it is?
I could never do that. Like what you did, I honestly don't know how you did it. It's so intense. And I feel for you. I genuinely do. Like, and that's, I think that the amount of intensity that you put yourself like, and that what you showed, I just couldn't do it,
Really?
I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not, I'm way too like sensitive for that and fragile.
No, it's so interesting you say that, because actually I don't know how many people would actually admit that that's probably why they wouldn't have done it. I thought it was just a case of privacy that you wouldn't want to put out.
I never dated anyone on the show apart from...
Zanetti.
We're not naming him. Gosh, I even got a Google alert about this twat last night. I'm like,
That's
honestly,
what I like, though.
why is
So
this
sexy,
gonna...
cute, but psycho.
Oh, imagine I would have done that video. Ugh. Honestly, when is this gonna haunt me forever?
Yeah.
Forever, forever.
Like we all make mistakes, and
I
COVID
know.
was a rough time for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, why is this still haunting me now? It's like Tom Spaghetti has a new girlfriend. Whoa, and then I mentioned in the article, why?
You knew what you were doing.
No, I did not know what I was doing.
You're like, one famous guy, one famous girl together,
know what,
more
Fred?
followers. It did work though.
What is the one thing you've done that could be your biggest regret, or that you've looked back and gone, fuck, I definitely should have done that?
Dating you.
Yeah, rude. Well, you didn't really do anything though, actually, that outrageous.
So,
Because you never had any really big fights or anything, did you?
no, but I think on the show.
I know what mine was.
Right, we'll get to yours in a minute.
Oh, cheers. Thank you for letting me answer one question after Chatterbox here had all the airtime.
Okay, Sophie, we'll take a break now and go to Sophie time.
crying?
With laughter. Yeah. Just happy to be with you guys again. I think that the show was, for me, was a very different experience because, and actually I felt like when they were trying to make me really dramatic, 'cause I'm not a dramatic person, I'm not an argumentative person. I try and avoid that at all costs in my actual life.
They made me drive a
Beetle.
electric Porsche beginning first scene on Chelsea Now, and I've never driven in London, let alone the wheel is on the other side and everything is on the other side. And I was like, oh my God, the only car before that I drove in London was yours, but not in London, through the wilderness.
Oh.
And now we were in London, me in this like Cruella de Vil coat to really, feel that character. Ollie next to me, I took a mirror with me. I had the cameraman behind us. They were just like, like, how do you call the thing that covers the tires?
steering wheel?
No,
Yeah.
the tires.
The alloys?
The
hubcaps?
The Areola.
Yeah. Areola?
Areola.
No, that is
Areola.
totally different.
Areola Grande, my favorite singer.
How do you call them?
The
have no
alloys.
idea
The
what-
alloys.
Oh, okay.
Alloy, what, areola, aloe vera, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know what
You
happened.
scratched them. Oh no.
Yeah, but also, don't give... the first thing they make me go through is this tiny... when you pass a bridge, which... Anyway, I don't want to pass bridges.
Yeah.
I've had to pass a bridge to get here.
Yeah.
Anything
I
the
only
other side
burn
of the
bridges.
river, Sophie won't
I
go
burn
near.
bridges. I can't pass them.
Yeah.
Anyway, and there's these two polars on the side, and I just they were literally there was fire everywhere, spitting. It was... honestly,
just
why
drove
the
it.
first thing you give me a hurdle, a poor horse at Cheltenham? Honestly.
So basically that on a public road in Italy with it was barely wide enough for two cars, like people beeping, late, her smoking, still potentially hung. I don't know. We get there and then we get back, and meanwhile everyone's calling her, and she was like, "Shut up! I don't want to talk to anyone. We're gonna be late." We get back, and then her sister starts calling her, and the newlyweds start calling her.
Oh yeah, gosh, the newlyweds.
And obviously they just got married the night before, and then next thing is 8 missed calls. She's like, no. And I'm like, you might want to pick it up. Normally when someone calls over 10 times, it's kind of important. And she picks up and they're shouting, where the hell are you? You need to pack up we need to go, we need to leave your stuff. And she was like, no, I don't think just if it's out of sight, I won't just
if
put
you
it down.
don't
She's like,
feed things energy, they don't happen.
No,
I don't
I'm so
need
the
this
opposite. I'm
negativity
not like
in my
that.
life. Anyway,
Exactly.
we get back to the hotel 2 hours later. We go to the room and we just see the absolutely furious newlyweds that were having to pack up Sophie's in the amount of stuff she had.
I was going to Venice Film Festival afterwards as well.
There was like 10 trunks of just dresses, shoes, this, that. And they were just like, they walked in and it was like walking into a morgue. Like,
oh my God.
And they just looked at us as in like, like this is technically a honeymoon. And we're packing up your stuff because you didn't have it. And you were just like, oh, sure. So it's my fault. Oh, I bet you think this is and then we basically had to like help pack, and I was like trying to like put the shoes together, like, Sophie, do these pairs?
You were so good. You were like my, how do you call that? Like in Germany we say Fels in der Brandung, like the rock in the
knight in shining armor, I think we say here.
We basically
the
had to
rock
pack up
in
this
the
room.
crazy sea.
Okay.
Yeah, but can you imagine how like pissed off her sister
I
and
would
you
be
They've just got married, and
livid.
instead
That
the
was
next
her
day,
decision to actually say yes. She should have said no.
Yeah.
That's the power of no. So
it was intense.
Yeah.
So they had this like full-on thing, and then the mum kept saying like, "Hey, Sophie, Pizzi, Sophie."
God, that's my nickname in French.
Pizzi. And I was just like, I don't speak German, but I'm pretty sure they're swearing at each other.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're angry at each other right now. It was intense.
We left on a lovely note, didn't we?
Did we?
No.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was fun. That should have been filmed. That would have been a good episode of any show.
That should have been filmed. I do think we all need our own show. I mean, we're basically, now that I got back on Made in Chelsea, and I feel like now you're back.
And now are you making your return?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
I don't know. I'd like to do
Why
some singing.
don't you?
I think we've got him.
I think you should do it.
Because this, I love this. Like, when
it's fun.
When you said, okay, like, do you want to join this podcast and be the three of us? I was like, all day, every day. Because I know it's just fun. Because we have like a good time.
What do you think your most iconic moment is?
My most iconic.
This is how Sophie's dreams go. People ask her anything.
Actually, I love
What's
these
your most iconic moment?
these
Thanks. I'll take this one now. Yeah.
I think it would have to be between Stop Spitting on My Mink and I Don't Speak Snake.
Explain. For anyone listening who might not understand the story, you have to explain.
People know.
Basically, so it was up.
I think they're gonna know.
Google it.
It's Sophie. Yeah, hello.
You can see my best stuff on YouTube.
I'll share the link.
Link in bio. Okay, so one was many, many moons ago when I said I don't speak snake to Sophie Habu because Sophie was cheating. Actually, Jamie was cheating on Eloisa Agostinelli, my friend, and with Sophie Habu. I mean, now they got married, so yeah.
So wait, we kind of touched on it earlier, but I think it'd be quite interesting to talk about. I mean, how do you feel about? I mean, because your scenes were so intense, you were just like being thrown into the fire pit every single time, and like, how did you?
Well, it's weird though because
did you learn to like it, or did you realize because it became a bit of a character?
I love to suffer.
No, but it became a bit of a thing because you were very good at it.
Yeah, I think I then adopted this sort of like, because weirdly, like you, pre-Chelsea, I wasn't confrontational. Like I never fought with friends, I never fell out with my sisters. Like I really wasn't argumentative. And then I think I sort of built a way of not being argumentative, but I think on that show you have the platform not the platform, but like if someone comes up against you, you do say pretty quickly like whether you like it or not. And I was I don't know if I was as outspoken pre-Made in Chelsea, but then I sort of became more outspoken or like to the point, which I think was good. But no, in terms of those scenes, it sounds awful, but they don't like weigh on my mind. Like I think if I look back and I really think about it, there was a lot. When I was going through relationships was hard.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go here.
No, there's one thing that keeps me up at night.
What?
That neighbor, that goddamn neighbor.
That fucking neighbor.
Yeah.
But apart from that, honestly, the thing that sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, damn it! So it's the way of sometimes how things were edited. So there was one fight, the Stop Spitting on My Mink.
Yeah.
Me and the friend who shall not be named.
Yeah.
And there's one point where she was like, oh, you don't even speak French, Sophie. And I answered back in perfect French. And all they kept in was me saying, oui. And I was like, this sometimes, like, it gnarls at me.
Yeah, no, that...
And I really want to drop it.
That's a fair, yeah.
It's just like deep in
rooted.
we'll
have to
on
go
the sofa to the therapist, and they didn't keep it in.
My glorious vegan friend, Tiffany Watson. What do you mean I can't call you vegan?
Because I'm not vegan anymore.
I know, I want to get into this.
You need a new name for me.
Because I
Thanks for having me, by the way.
So, well, you are welcome. I can't believe it's been so long and you haven't been on here.
I was offended.
Oh, no, don't. Well, now your time with little baby. Tiff has got her little baby Heath.
Yes, I've got a +1 with me.
He's so sweet. No, I put a photo up with Jude with what feels like not even a year ago when he was a baby, and I called him little baby vegan.
Oh, and everyone went
People
crazy.
still troll me for it, and I was like, no, I'm calling the baby a
And
vegan.
you hadn't even started weaning yet.
Because I remember you were full vegan when we lived together.
I was, and I don't think I ever thought I wouldn't be. But yeah, here I am. I don't eat meat, but
So wait, what happened? You got pregnant and then just
yeah, I think it was when I was pregnant with Jude. I just suddenly was like, I'm always hungry, and I was really craving eating
a cheese platter.
Well, no, I was craving eggs, and also because I'd had like the miscarriages beforehand, I had a sort of nutritionist advise that I did
Eat more.
like eggs and fish and things like that whilst I was pregnant. So, and I know there's loads of people that have done pregnancies vegan and it's completely healthy, but just for me, that's what I chose to do.
Wait, we might have to back up and talk about the miscarriage section in a sec. That's so interesting. And so now, is Cameron's vegan as well? It's a vegan
No,
family.
he lied and told me he was when we first
That's
met.
hilarious.
He wasn't. Because we went on
Can
our
we-
like 4th or 5th date, we had a barbecue and his friend was like, halloumi, Cameron? And Cameron was like, don't eat halloumi. And his friend was like, you, okay.
Do you think he pretended to be one to date you?
Yeah.
So Tiff and I were living together when she first met Cameron, and he
Yeah.
slid into the DMs.
did.
And Tiff and I moved in. We were like, "This is going to be the bachelorette pad, single summer." 2
Literally.
weeks in, she was in a relationship, and I was still I'm still roaming around 5 years later, single. And Tiff and I actually,
few relationships in the mix
Yeah,
of
we-
that, but yeah.
did you?
No, as in you've had
Oh,
a few
I had a few
since that.
gentlemen friend come over, to test my loop. No, I'm joking, I didn't. But no, it was during COVID, and Tiff and I.
I am sad actually, like obviously I'm so happy I met Cameron and, you know, everything that's happened, but I was excited for our
single years.
Yeah.
We gave it a good stint for about 3 weeks.
had
It was
about a
during
week or two,
during
yeah.
COVID, we'd hype each other up, sit on the sofa, get on Hinge.
Yeah.
And then we both agreed, we're like, right, we're being pussies, let's just do it. So both selected 2 gentlemen, took them to 2 separate trees in Parsons Green. Do you remember that? And I was really nervous.
You liked yours and I didn't like mine. I was
And
like,
Tiff was texting me from behind the tree going, this is hell.
he
And I was
ordered a
like, we're
bottle of
hammered.
wine. I was like, I don't want to stay for even a glass. And you were like, I really like my guy. I was like,
I think I dragged mine. I still speak to mine. 5 years later, we're still sort of friends.
he's single. Oh, I can't wait
He is single, but he's not in the
It's not
country.
right for you.
Well, no,
is he?
no, I don't know. No. We'll discuss that later. But yeah, no, and then because I remember you were hungover, and then Cameron
Yeah.
DM'd you and you went on your little date.
Yeah, I know. And the rest is history.
That was fun though when we lived together.
It was really fun. I miss living with you.
I
I've gone
moved,
from living with you to, yeah, you were my last friend I'd ever live with.
and now you live with 3 little friends, 2 little ones and a
Yeah,
grown
I live
man.
with all men or boys.
But I was gonna say, so Tiff and I when we met had a
What?
very
As in the first time we ever met.
No, the first. Oh my God, can we say? I can't say that. No, because no, I can't. The
No, I know you
first
can't. You
time.
actually can't.
No, so Tiff and I very briefly met in someone's house. I said hi and bye. Anyway, later on, I'm in Chelsea. Once I joined, we did not like each other. But
didn't?
it wasn't orchestrated by me. I was just a knob. I remember it was the first scene.
No, I was horrible.
Were you?
Yeah.
I watched them back sometimes, and firstly, our outfits are really offensive. Tiff wore, what was it, like a leather corset in some club with her dad?
It was not good. Like the outfits are shocking.
But mine were just as bad.
No,
I had
yours
that
were
short quiff,
fine.
but shirts done up to my belly button. I looked like Draco Malfoy in those blazers. What the hell was I wearing?
No, we did not like each other when we first met.
It was
and
to
that
do
was
with-
definitely all me and my
No, it was to do
relationship.
with Sam Thompson. And I
Yeah.
remember, this is where the confrontation came from on my side. 2016. I only know that because I had to put on a form the other day when I'd started. It was
nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah. No.
Oh my God, that makes
Yeah.
me feel really old.
It is. No, my God, it nearly is 10 years ago. Anyway, I
Wow.
had used the expression I bonked Sam Thompson, which has lived on way too long. That expression, bonked, is unacceptable. Anyway, what was it?
And I got all funny about it. I mean, the thing is with Sam, everyone had slept with him, so
Don't you tarnish me with that brush. Listen, I was at school with him.
everyone had. And Cameron finds it really strange. He's like, so you were friends with people who slept with your boyfriend? I was like, yeah, but I didn't know them. Obviously, when it
Yeah.
happened, I didn't know him. But it just was kind of the acceptable thing in that like circle of
People find it if you're not or haven't done the show, it's a very bizarre concept. Like hanging out day to day with your exes.
And with people, and everyone's kind of got with someone, and it's all very
It's full
incestuous.
incest.
Yeah, it is weird.
Back to so our early days, because how quickly did you come on after Lucy started? Because this was
Quite a
way
while,
before me.
Like, I think she was on it for like 2 years, and then I joined, and then I think you joined.
Yeah, like 2 years after that or something.
Not 2 years after me.
1 year.
Yeah, I think like 1 year after me.
Do you
And then luckily, like, we became really good friends.
became best mates?
I don't know how we became friends though.
South of France, I think. And we were so different, completely different. You were like sweet, nice, innocent. I was like booze hound, tits out, fags everywhere. It was really non-vegan. No joking.
Yeah, we had quite different South of France experiences.
Yeah.
But we had so much fun.
So when you joined though, do you think, because I remember they asked me to get one of my sisters on, and I remember thinking, absolutely not, it'd be carnage.
And you've never had any of your sisters on, have
No,
you?
but I worried that we would just argue horrifically.
Yeah.
Did you find it? Do you think it ever affected?
I think Lucy did encourage me to do it. But then I think once I was on, she was like, no, this is not good. Like,
Really?
Yeah. She was like, why? I remember one point, she was like, why are you on the show? Like, you've never been interested in doing TV. And I was like, I swear you wanted me to come on. Like,
And you changed your
what's
mind.
going on?
I
I think it was hard because we also lived together when I first joined. And then, like, our arguments would air on the show. And it was quite a stressful time. To be
Away
honest.
from the show, did it cause problems?
Yeah, we lived together and we didn't speak for like 6 weeks. We were living in a 2-bed tiny little flat in Fulham, did not speak to each other for like 6 weeks.
Can you remember what it was over?
It was because I became friends with my friend Lily, who was James Dunmore's ex.
Got you. I remember that now because
Yeah.
Lily briefly came on.
And she was like, she only wants to be friends with you because she's James's ex. And to be fair, we are still now really, really good friends. So I was like, no.
The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah. But I do get why she was, it was very close to home. But as we said, everyone was very incestuous in that group. So
Incestuous, wild. I
Yeah.
miss those days. I'm joking. I really need to
I
go the
know.
fuck up.
that was stressful.
What do you think the biggest misconception is about you from Chelsea?
Oh, people don't like me from the show. Like, a lot of people will meet me and be like, you're actually quite nice. Like,
Really?
on the show, I think I came across quite, like, I was always fighting with Sam. I was always crying.
When you're in a relationship there's issues going on, it tends to be the sole focus, and one does end up looking like that. I was like that
Yeah.
as well, constantly
No,
breaking up,
you
getting back
weren't.
together. No, there were times when I was with Tristan, it was all the time. I looked like a wreck.
Oh, yeah, with Tristan.
The-
Yeah. That's the thing because my relationship with Sam was sort of the majority of my filming time before I left and then came back. I think when I came back, you were able to see more of the real me
Yeah.
and see more of my personality and know that I wasn't just like a crying, moany bitch.
Do you think you were not a moany bitch? What
What?
do you think your hardest scene ever
Actually,
was?
Cameron said, like, I once watched Main Chelsea and you were on it, and I was like, this girl's always crying. He was like, you were like crying in the street, and I was like, what's wrong with this girl? And I was like, it's so embarrassing.
Did he watch it
I
before?
can't watch it back now.
Did he know who you were?
Yeah.
But from watching it, or because he'd just seen you and thought you were hot on
He watched
Instagram?
it. He was like, I loved it.
Big fan.
No, not in like creepy way. Like, not like we went on our first date.
Tiffany's
He's
married a
like,
fan. I'm joking.
No, not in a weird way. But I like it. I hate when people pretend that they don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like, oh, I've never watched Main Chelsea, and it's like, well.
I had that.
And he
that I
was
spoke
like,
about.
yeah, I've watched it. Like, I know it. I don't watch it anymore, but I do know that you were
Did
on
you
it.
after you left? Did you watch it?
When I left before coming back
Yeah.
again? Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Because I was interested.
Were you nosy, wanting to know what we were
Yeah,
up to?
and you and me didn't speak that whole time.
I know, because when you came back, it was a surprise for me. They were like, "Guess who you're filming with?" I was like,
yeah, and then
"No
we
idea."
instantly became friends again.
Yeah,
It was
I
so
know.
nice.
So nice. No, because I was going to say the one, and it's really, I don't know what it is. This comes up on my For You page is on. I don't talk about Made in Chelsea, and to be honest, I've muted half the cast, so I don't know why this comes up. But the two clips that are constant is your breakup with Sam, or your argument with Sam in the Maldives, and Zara McDermott and Sam's one when she's crying.
Because we say the same thing.
You say the exact same thing. What, I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember.
please,
It's like,
something.
You can't or something.
Yeah, you can't.
Something like that. Yeah, I know that comes up. I've seen that on TikTok.
Do you think that was the hardest bit for you on the show? Or one of the
the
toughest times?
breakup? Yeah, because we actually had obviously a real relationship, and yeah, that was really stressful. Obviously, when I came back, after leaving, I didn't have a relationship on the show, and it's so much easier not having a relationship on the show, as you know as well.
Yeah.
And it was
easier.
just, it was really toxic. And that's obviously why I ended up leaving, because we finally broke up for good. And I was like, I cannot be around him and his friends and be filming together. I just had to like completely remove myself.
Yeah. Well, I sort of did the same after Tristan. You just need to take a step back because you
Yeah.
forget how, and especially when you go away, it's so full on living. You're living with these people.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so draining.
Yeah. Yeah. Hence why I've been to Dr. Motox every 5 bloody minutes. I had more filler put in my face after that joke. I think it was before that Australia tour.
This is really messed up. I've had like a friend pass away recently, and his sister passed away. Horrific circumstances. You become numb to highs and lows. It's that's what's happened to my emotions. It's like I
think it's fight or flight, really.
Yeah.
You can't react, like, because you're dealing with it. It's your life. You have to get through it.
How are you actually dealing with it? Like, do you guys speak to anyone, or is it just you've got each other trying
speak
to
to each other a lot.
we speak a lot. We have
We're
like
very
our moments.
open.
We're an extremely open relationship. I think
not in
Yeah,
that
I was
way.
about to say, tread carefully saying that. I don't think she wants that either.
careful. on that.
Honest
relationship.
relationship.
Yeah, extremely open.
That's a whole
relationship.
different-
Oh, that's going to be great in the trailer. No, all the DMs that you would suddenly get, disgusting.
Someone offering to join your relationship, the other one offering a liver. Like,
Oh my
it's,
God,
mixed
yeah.
bag.
Oh, yeah.
Just out of curiosity, and this is obviously quite deep, what are the chances of your baby having the liver disease?
We were worried about that, so we did get bloods done very early. I think like 9 weeks or something, right?
So less than 1% chance.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if that test showed if I carry the gene or not.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd explained it enough. But to be honest, now I would go to further testing, but then I think, hold on a second, it was not going to change anything. You know, I'm still living a happy, life all the way up until 28, and will go on after my transplant to live a very, very happy life. So it's not like it would ever change anything.
In the papers, they said something like, you've got 4 years to live. Can we get the truth behind what actually that means? Or if you are...
It's
Context is such an important
But this
thing,
is, but no,
isn't
because
it?
honestly, I was suddenly like, Jesus fucking Christ. I was like, that's absolutely
Think about the family that he's not
terrifying.
told
No, but for
reading
people
this.
reading that.
Yeah.
But and I want to get this straight because so much gets taken out of context and everything gets clipped. Every podcast that you do, every article
Don't worry, I
that you
won't
do.
stitch you up on this one.
No, because it's what happens is, yes, doctors said that to me. Yes, I repeated that to people, but it wasn't, I've got 4 years left to live. That's not what I said. Is my liver will not make it 4 or 5 more years.
In the current state.
Context of that
Yeah.
is I'm going to have a liver transplant, and so that and with that liver transplant, I will be completely healthy.
There's nothing to be done to the liver that he has.
Yeah.
They can't do anything.
Yeah.
The only option is to replace it. And I think that's the context that people are missing. Like, he will be fine. That's why the next step's happening. That's why he's having a transplant, so he can go on to live a long, happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything gets like so, and then you get the comments. It's like, because I tried to set that straight in Paul Brunson's podcast, and then someone comments, "Oh, but Sam said that on Made in Chelsea." Well, yes, but the context in Made in Chelsea, which Made in Chelsea gave, was, and Made in Chelsea did really well in doing this. Something I'm very happy to be a part of Made in Chelsea and thank them very much for. Is they gave all the context surrounding that, and if you just pick up on the one line, yes, you can make anything sound anyway.
It's mental, isn't it, when someone's like a slightly life-threatening situation and people use it for clickbait? Like,
Honestly,
it's fucking mental.
I think because we found the information out about 8 to 10 weeks before all the headlines started to hit as the show came out.
So we'd processed it. We were
Like,
dealing with it.
It was like he was re-grieving the situation. Like, he went in like a complete downward
Really?
spiral because he's reading these headlines, he's reading all the messages he's getting, and it's convincing him that he's not okay.
Yeah, that's
Do you know what I
terrifying.
mean? Like, all of these people are catastrophizing the situation because of headlines and things like that, and it's making him question himself, all the stuff he's already tried to process,
Yeah. Other than this, like, what have the comments actually been like?
Oh, I have
Everyone's
to
so
say,
supportive.
amazing. And this is like humanity at its finest. Something I just, every message you receive is really, really nice, to the point, all the way to the uber extreme of people offering half their livers.
Are you
Like,
serious? Oh my God, it's giving me
unbelievable, 'cause-
goosebumps.
Yeah, I know, it's unbelievable.
Can it work that way? Can
So,
people give half a liver?
The biggest thing, and this is firstly, I'd love to reply to every single 1,000 of DMs, but there are so many you can't, and I'd spend all my day in messages. So the biggest thing is, yes, that can work, but that is a last resort. So
They wouldn't
first-
want you to do that for like someone healthy
So-
because you're putting
yeah.
yourself
So
in a situation.
Firstly, I wouldn't want to subject a healthy person to give me their liver because, and it's a really weird, fortunately thing to say, but a really weird, hopefully thing to say. Hopefully I'll get it from someone who's passed away
Yeah.
who doesn't need it, rather than taking half of a living, healthy person.
It's those like last case situations where like people need one very urgently
Yeah.
because they're going downhill and
Yeah,
like they could
whereas
get
it's
to the
stable.
point where they can't have one because they'll be too unhealthy. It's like an emergency situation like that they would consider like
Yeah.
taking like.
So like if
someone
I
offered.
was if I was really on the ropes and I wasn't gonna get one straight away from being, then we'd start looking at family. So like, you could get on a few more years and survive the next few years and then get. This is the whole problem with the liver disease, and they just don't know how my liver's gonna do, and they just don't want to risk.
And they can't predict anything really.
No.
You just
His
one does.
They
and
disease
then-
is so rare.
Like when I was 4, they said I was gonna need a liver transplant when I was 15 or 16. So that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been on medication, and then when I was like 15, 16, they were like, oh, we'll just keep an eye on you. And then when I was like 26, 27, they were like, we'll see you in a couple years. Oh, don't worry about it. This was how lighthearted. And then all of a sudden, 28, it's like, everything's just my liver function day to day hasn't fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
My liver function still day to day but all of a sudden what's happened is it's just started the first where I've contracted infections in my liver a few times.
Is it an age thing or is it what? It's just no one knows.
I think
it
it's
just
about the way his liver regenerates. Like it's regenerating with. It's obviously got a bigger blockage now
No, it's
than
not.
previously.
It's not regenerating. It's more about it. The fibro. I believe, and this I haven't confirmed this with doctors.
now that you're the doctor.
Now I'm the doctor, but yeah, exactly.
Listen, I've been on ChatGPT, let me tell you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
now a
mean,
doctor too. I'm
this
actually a lawyer, funnily enough.
This is the biggest thing. You should not do any of it on online. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when I
nothing
found
online.
out he needed a transplant,
I
and I
can
went onto
only.
Google.
Did you get into a spiral of thinking that like
This
Yeah, the worst one.
statistics are awful.
Mortality rate. That's so you go. So obviously, when you get told you need a liver transplant, you go. The first thing you Google is what's the likelihood of me surviving a liver transplant, right?
And then life expectancy after as well.
So that starts off quite well. So you go, what's the likelihood of me surviving a liver transplant? And it goes, and it's great, 95%. You go, whew, relax. But then
you scroll down?
you scroll, yeah, literally.
don't.
And then it goes, the mortality rate of making it past 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 25.
And
by
it
the
just
time
goes
you're at
down,
25,
down.
No, stop.
just by the time you're at 25 years, it's like 50-50. I'm like, so then you're like shitting yourself. You're like, I was hoping to make it to like 70, and I'm laughing because, you have to laugh.
Yeah.
I was hoping to make it to 70, 80. Now it's like 50-50. I'll make it past 50. I mean, that's fucked. But with research, context, which is what we're learning is everything, right? Context is your average liver transplantee patient is elderly, an alcoholic, or got other diseases, or it's a very different category of patient, and they drag that mortality rate down.
Yeah.
How do averages works? If you've got a lot of people in that category, they drag the average that way. So their life expectancy or their mortality rate was only gonna be 15 or 20 years anyway.
You
so
don't
the fact
fit into that
I
average.
wasn't, and
Like,
so
he's young and healthy.
so and I've then since spoken to numerous people who have had liver transplants at a similar age as me and are 20, 30 years on.
This is an odd question.
And
I
still
don't know if
healthy.
it's something you would know. Do younger people tend to get priority over liver to older people? Or is it very dependent on
They
what
do
it is?
publish.
I don't know.
They do publish online. The NHS department, they publish online how their algorithm works.
Right.
They do publish that. I haven't investigated that, and I don't think they even tell you where you are in a queue. Like, it's not like that.
Because it's just sort of
It's-
interesting. Not that I would like, but if you say you got some sort of 80-year-old alcoholic, and then you got someone who's like, early 20s.
I think they
That's
weigh up
what-
the benefit. Like if they think the alcoholic, for example, would only survive a couple more years, whereas the other person would
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
survive 10, 15,
'Cause obviously there is
20.
that ethical debate, right?
Yeah.
That does the 80-year-old alcoholic deserve the liver over the 20-year-old liver disease genetic genetic liver disease patient.
I'm sure that's not
That's
what
an
the
ethical
doctors
debate,
look at, though.
and I don't know, and I don't think that that's taken into consideration. But I think what is taken into consideration, and hence why the 20-year-old may get the liver over the
Quality
8-year-old
of life.
is survivability of the transplant is taken into consideration.
The actual transplant itself, how does that? Because that ultimately, your body could essentially reject the liver. What goes? What preparation? What happens? Like, other than you lying there and them chopping you open.
I think that's all. This is all information he's yet
Sorry,
to
I
learn.
put that really brutally. I just
No, I'm quite. I talk very openly and very, so you can sort of quite be.
Well, listen,
brutal.
being soft and gentle was never
Yeah.
really my thing. But
We know.
well, good for that.
I mean, so this is funny. I know kidneys today are really easy to transplant. They even do it through keyhole surgery. But unfortunately, it's not that organ I need to transplant. So liver is, they literally cut you from like, the scars are incredible. They literally fully take this whole organ out. It's done by hand. It's not done by machine. It's still full on surgeons. It's a 12-hour long surgery. And it's a really, but they are fantastic at it. They do one a day and they're just smashing them out. They're like, you're literally banging them out left, right and centre doing liver transplants. So I spoke to my senior hepatologist who's on top of my case. And he was like, you don't want me doing your liver surgeon. The guys that do it, they are pros. That's all they do every day. It's like, probably like what it's like for you and I to brush our teeth. That's what it's like. I mean, I'm not liking it to that, but
Listen, let me tell you something.
they are pros and they are skillful and
I
they
filmed
do
a
this.
boob job the other day, and it was like the man was just whipping in a few stitches. I mean, I nearly fainted, but it was unbelievable.
I did do circulating, and you did too.
Yeah.
They spoke very highly. They said you were amazing on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember being a bit pissed. I actually
Kissing
loved
everyone.
it. But I had a really good time doing it. And then I spoke to, because who else did it? Miles did it. But a lot of other people didn't actually enjoy it. But I think I don't know, I can't remember how old I was. But I'd just broken up with Digby. And actually, Digby and I were meant to go on because when I did it, they have a couple that come on and do the therapy side of it.
Really?
Yeah, so there was Charlotte Dawson and her boyfriend, who I don't know if they're married now. But anyway, they came on as a couple to have that therapy. So Digby and I were meant to do that. And then we broke up. And then they said, do you want to just come on? And I thought, fuck it. Wow. But I had a great, I had Amy Childs, Alison Hammond.
But also,
it was so much, I loved it.
But also, they treat, obviously Main Chelsea's incredible, the production's incredible, but
Are you doing everything? The production was amazing.
They treat you incredible. I leave my house, there's a car there. They're messaging me, what do you want for breakfast? I said, I don't get this service.
But wait, have you gone away?
I went to Ibiza, yeah.
Oh yeah, you
They
started
called me and
there.
I had to get on a flight the next day.
Yeah, because you were meant to come. Yeah, I was meant to see you.
And and it was so, because I have never done another TV show. I've only ever done Main Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
So I'm only used to those, and I've obviously done a few podcasts. Well,
Yeah.
probably only this one, but done a few podcasts. But it was a really interesting experience.
What do you think about Paul and Anna?
Paul has an aura.
I know.
I know that sounds so weird to say, but you walk into a room and you know Paul's in the room. He is just
Cool, calm, and collected.
cool, calm, collective, suave. He is just incredible. And also, I did it obviously because I need to meet the love of my life immediately. So if you are out there, please get in touch. But I also,
Can I just maybe I just stop you there actually.
interrupt me again.
Out of the times you've been single or been in a relationship, majority of your life you've actually been in a relationship. I think it's just one to the next to the next.
Thank you for calling me out. But I think no, I prefer being in a relationship than being single. Yeah, but I normally give it a few years before. I'm not going to mention names.
Let's get back to it. What were we
Let's
talking
get
about before?
Back to
Paul and Anna.
Paul and Anna. Anna was incredible during the whole experience. She was like the tough mother for me because she would tell me exactly how it is. I don't know if I can give much away, but I have a habit of going on dates with someone and I obviously have a few drinks, get into the chit chat. You know, I like chatting to everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, we should go on loads of dates. We should do another date. And I learned so much of how I should act and also where I go wrong. Also,
what did they say about where you were going wrong?
I need to be. I can't go into full details but what I can say is that I need to be more myself.
Yeah.
It got emotional. I was more vulnerable on this show than I ever have been. I cried. It was a big kind of switch up to main Chelsea. Because with main Chelsea, I normally walk into a room and majority of the people
Want to egg you?
want to egg me or don't like me. So it was a very kind of interesting experience, and I'd love to go. It was just amazing.
So do you think people watching will see a totally different side to you then?
I mean, I'm going to watch it back and think, who's this guy? Because it was just me on it was a very different experience. I also had lots of stuff going on personally away from cameras. It was a very different Sam, and I'm happy that I got to show that. I just feel like with main Chelsea, it's just sometimes a bit gritty, you know, Sam having fights every week, like exhausting.
I think with Made in Chelsea, one sort of has their role, and then that's kind of what you are.
Yeah, I've been playing that role for a while now.
But
it's
you
when
are
you
good
walk
at
into the
it.
pub and people are like, you're a villain. I'm like,
I always get people going, oi, oi, as if
Yeah.
I'm like Jack the lad.
The other one I walked into, where was it? The one with Castle. People going, boo! I was like, mate, I'm not at the pantomime. I'm here for a lager, not a bloody scrap.
Wait, surely not. People actually troll you in real life to your face.
Recently, after the last season, because I was pretty chaotic. Yeah, I got trolled a lot. Yeah.
Have you ever responded to a troll?
Sometimes if it's like Peter, you should like say something horrible. I just say sometimes say thank you, Peter. Yeah.
Okay, right. When does Celebs Go Dating come
Celebs
out?
comes out in August of this year. I'm excited. I'm also nervous. Also because they don't send you the apps before.
Yeah.
And you meet.
Okay, right. No, this is what I want to know.
Let's go through the whole
you
thing, 'cause
go.
people don't
Okay, so
know.
you go in. What have you said for your top? When you describe the sort of person you're going for, what do you say? Let's start with the looks.
It's not about looks, but
No, I know it's not, but we'll start with that section.
I think great chat,
Okay.
fun, spontaneous, and just someone who I just want someone who I can chat to, and I like brunettes.
Yeah, you do actually.
I
didn't
do,
know
yeah.
that. Okay.
But if you're blonde and got great chat and spontaneous and we have a good time, it's also, I know I hate to say this, I never thought I'd say this, but if they've got like
Followers.
fun energy. No, actually, lower the following, better. Yeah.
I said this though, is that
Yeah.
I actually think it's a massive turn on when a guy doesn't have Instagram.
Like we said in the car.
Yeah. But the problem is, it turns out some people lie about that and they actually have a secret Instagram. So I don't know.
When someone has like I said in the car, like 500 followers, I think that is just high end, you know? Post once a year, you know, not really interested in Instagram, doesn't even have TikTok, you know? I think that's really great. There's something I think is quite attractive.
Is that so interesting, isn't it? People's value used to be on how many followers they've got. Now it's on how
Yeah.
little followers they've got.
500.
So actually, you're doing all right then.
To be honest, I'm killing it when it comes to that. Yeah. How many followers you got? Fuck all.
So okay, wait, hang on. Who was the first person they set you up with? Was it someone that you? I know you can't say,
Yeah.
but was it someone that? Did they show you a photograph? I can't remember what it was like when I did it.
The first date I go on in Celebs, I wish I could tell you more, but it is the most fascinating date I've ever been on.
Wait, what do you
we
mean?
would have never crossed paths ever. She's in part of the country I've never been to.
Had you heard of it? Can you spell
She
it?
also gave me a review on the date in front of all of production, all of the cast, all the other datees, and absolutely. I can't go into details, but I can say something. It was such good television on her behalf. I nearly clapped her out. So that's going to
But
be one
is she,
that I have to watch back.
But in the beginning, did you do the mixer where you've got to? Because I remember when I did it, and they were like, I had to be the first one to do it, and you've got to go down these steps into a massive room.
I bet you quite like that. Mix
Well,
it.
no, I saw a bloke who I've seen in the ship a few times. I thought, what the fuck are you doing here?
Perfect. I'm here.
Yeah. But wait, is that not how you started it?
I started it. No, I actually was late on to the show.
Oh yeah.
Probably maybe someone bigger pulled out. So they were like, let's get this Sam Prince guy on. So I didn't actually do a mixer, but I did lots of brunches. And brunches is where you go on a certain amount of dates.
Yeah.
And then you have this all day kind of brunch. And the datees stand in front of you and give you feedback on your dates, which is honestly quite nerve-wracking, you know, because also I can't remember what I said and what their actual reviews are.
Were you drinking?
Was I drinking?
Yeah.
I've had a few lagers throughout the process, yeah. For sure.
Okay, so that's quite good then.
It's good. But the thing that got me was the agency part, because you go into this agency. Obviously, you've been there.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful agency. I didn't realize how high.
Tom, oh my god, I love Tom.
Tom,
Tom's
yeah.
the best.
But he speaks another language.
No,
you
I
know
know.
that? Yeah,
I
yeah.
photographed him naked. Is there a photo
Shit.
on the wall in the thing?
I didn't see anyone with their naked.
He was covering himself with Moby Dick.
Oh wow. But it was just the agency, learning about yourself, hearing feedback. You do deep dives of your life, of past experiences, past relationships, and that for me was I really enjoyed that. It was like basically TV therapy, which is great, I guess.
No, but I actually think it's quite good because when I did it, I really enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was interesting. Do you think you've learnt? Do you think when you look back at all your relationships, does one stand out to being the most damaging one?
My relationships.
Yeah, as in which one of your exes would you say probably hurt the most or caused you to potentially be the way you are?
I wouldn't say my ex caused me to be the way I am. No way. But I would say there's definitely relationships which stick out and which I think I still feel something for sure. And I think you can also see that throughout the process.
Yeah.
I think when you've had a great relationship with someone and you still have that connection, it's really hard to like not try and look for that person in someone else.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my dating track record is nothing to be.
I mean,
admired.
you could write a nice novel about it.
I think it would be a thriller.
Yeah,
potentially a horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely probably a sequel as well.
Thanks. I'm now going to be celibate for a long time, I feel. I think dating is quite hard though. Like I remember before I did celebs, I'd been with Digby, but prior to Digby, and I met Digby on Made in Chelsea. So I wasn't a dater. I mean, it's not, but that's why it was quite nice. And actually, I know everyone says it's TV, but you do genuinely date. I mean, I had some fucking shockers when I was on there. One bloke who was so questionable, I had to leave. But actually, some of them were quite sweet.
Yeah.
I went axe throwing. I nearly threw the axe at the bloke accidentally.
Of course.
He was a roofer
Axe
from
throwing.
Brighton. One of them actually messaged me the other day,
Really?
which was odd, yeah.
One thing about Celebs Go Dating it's the most real. Obviously, Main Chelsea is real. All the storylines are real. What's going on is completely real. But with Celebs Go Dating, you feel like it's an actual date. Like you have actual people in the restaurant. There's no like hush hush. You walk in and you're meeting this person for the first time. And it'll be honest with you, it was really nerve wracking. Also, I was like, I'm actually going on a date on camera, and it was really nerve wracking. And just order normally. It's a very kind of, I guess, real life dating show. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hence the name, yeah.
Hence Celebs Go. The only thing is I'm not a celeb. But
I've been sober for now 2.5 years, which is
Bloody
crazy.
hell.
I haven't
That's
drunk
amazing.
since Corsica.
That's amazing.
Mental.
For any
And
particular reason, or
so
you just
no,
suddenly
so
stopped?
So when we were in Corsica, it was quite drink heavy. 7 weeks in the sun, drinking loads, and not necessarily like, oh, we're getting fucked up every night. It was more just the wine in the evenings, drinking during the day, and then
You
we'd
should
have a big
seen
party.
Me, I was basically, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and we drank a lot, and there was big parties and all that, and I had the best time. And I got back to London, genuinely like, oh, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off just to like recalibrate and just like go to the gym, reset. And I did that, and 2 weeks in, it was the end of summer as well, so it was like everyone was still kind of going out, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do another week because I just really just don't want to drink. It was such a heavy, summer trip. It became a month, and then I got Dancing on Ice as a job.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dancing on Ice, I was like, I can't drink. I have to train every day for 6 months.
Yeah.
So for 6 months, basically, I was training at this ice rink. I was planning for the live shows. It was horrible hours, like 4 a.m, had to go to ice rinks and then coming back at 10 p.m. I was exhausted all day.
Yeah.
The rehearsals were intense. Injury as well. Like I was getting injured like just naturally. So if you were hungover and you were doing those moves, like it would be really bad. I remember for that, I was like, okay, I can't drink.
Yeah.
So that was like a reason. And then it was, Temps actually said, it's been like 8 months you haven't drunk. And I was like, whoa, 8 months, that's crazy. So I was like, I'm going to do a year. And then I spoke to another cast member on Chelsea who had done a year. And he said it like how much it like changed him and did really, really, like it was great for him. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a year, see how that feels. Did a year, and then I was with my mother who wanted to have a drink with me. And I was like, yeah, like it's been a year, why not? And poured a glass of like red, which is normally my favorite drink.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it and I was like, I really don't want this. Like there was nothing about that I wanted, like apart from drinking with my mother. That was the
Yeah.
only reason. And I was like, I'm not going to drink this. And then it went from that to never really wanting to drink. So it's weird. It's actually the first time I've ever said I'm sober right now. I normally never say I'm sober. I just say I don't drink.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if one day I will. But right now, where I'm at in my life, I don't want to drink.
Because it just doesn't serve you, I suppose. Yeah.
It doesn't serve me anymore. And also, like, I have had the best times with alcohol, and I've lived so much through it.
Yeah.
So I'm not missing out on it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it as a tool in my life where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go out and drink. Or
No, I know what you mean.
it's not there for me anymore, and I don't enjoy it. And I literally couldn't think of anything worse of like actually having a drink.
I think I've got the fear of the hangover. That's honestly why
Yeah.
I'm just too scared to have a drink.
Yeah. The next day, awful.
No, but I don't know how we did it. It's
You
also
know.
the social side of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, honestly, one event for me 1 week, I'm exhausted. I've got to go to another one tonight. I'm knackered.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
It actually is.
Yeah,
I know
it
that
really
sounds
is.
so. People must think you fucking wankers. You're being invited
but you
to
know-
a free event.
But you know what?
Get
Like,
on with it.
I have like a friend who works in the city. I've known him since we were kids, and he always says to me like, I don't know how you do it. I could not do what you do.
Really?
Like, because it's so much, and it's so much. Your privacy is completely gone. You have to constantly turn on.
I think it's being on the whole time. That's what's
honestly
hard.
being on all the time. It completely knackers you. Like it's really hard.
Do you think at the time, do you think when you were on the show, you found it hard to like disassociate from the character?
Yes, and
not
we've
the
said this
character,
before
but who
because
you...
like it was so blended at the time when we were on the show. Like people, if anyone watches this and the way to imagine the show is imagine your little dramas. You know, you text your best friend like, oh my God, look what happened in the office and all that. Living that out while someone's filming you, talking about it.
Yeah.
You then being confronted about what you've done or what you have to do. And like all these drama issues, but times 10, reliving them every single day.
Yeah.
Not like a little gossip and then that's done, done for the night. It's like every single day, every night, for 3 months for that series. And it's exhausting. It's just like drama.
Yeah.
And you have to escape at some point. You have to, and I think that's why it's really important that whoever is on the show, you have a core group of people who are not on the show.
Yeah,
who can ground you.
And I actually weirdly kept my friendship groups separate. I kept the Chelsea friends, then I kept my normal friends.
Yeah.
And then obviously my family.
But it's hard though because they always kind of mix sometimes, and it's like
I just loved a fucking drink. I was just a bit of a goer, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
And we had the
yeah.
luxury, like to be
Yeah.
honest, it was taking. I would just take the piss a bit.
Yeah.
And like, in what job are you suddenly sitting around having lunch? And actually, to be fair, the show never encouraged drinking. No, I think because of the lifestyle we were leading, and like, if we would work on a weekend, it means we'd have a Monday off. So then Monday we'd all go for like a boozy dinner, which most people don't go and get pissed on a Monday night. So it was sort of like the lifestyle that went with it. And then I personally just took advantage of it.
yeah, and also we were young.
Like, and also, can you imagine being paid to go to the south of France and you're going to be sober? What? Like,
It was so much fun. So I never saw drink. Like for me, I never had an issue with alcohol.
Yeah.
Also, I was really into my fitness as well. So
Yeah.
I could manage to like be like, oh, a few days off and then a few days on and whatever. For me, it was fun. That was the pure reason of it. It was like, I'm in my early 20s. I can't wait to get absolutely wrecked and mess up. Like I knew I was going to mess up. I knew I was going to
no,
fuck
but
up.
I was exactly the same. And then when
Like,
I hit
brilliant.
29, I was like, this should stop. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't keep doing
Yeah,
this.
honestly, you kind of, now you shift into your 30s, you kind of go, ooh, the lifestyle, I can't be living like this
You
anymore.
can't, it catches up with you eventually, I think. So I've only done a couple months, but and I don't really know if I'll keep doing or what I'll do, but my social skills, firstly, aren't particularly great. The small talk with people sober is really not ideal.
Awful.
I'm really shy to
And I
it.
also
And I've
don't
got
wanna
2
do it.
hours in me and I've got to fuck off. I can't do it. Because when I'm around drunk people, they get worse and they're fucking irritating. And I have flashbacks of how irritating I must
Oh
have
yeah,
been.
and then you think, was I like
No,
this?
I then traumatise myself and go, I must have really wound people up.
You know what it is? It's it gets, so the first 6 months of being sober, it's very awkward. You don't really know how to assess going out, what you should do, and does it annoy people, and also telling people you don't drink, and there's all those sort of things. And then after, what I've realized is the first year was over of me not drinking, I then realized there's certain people that are no longer in my life, which I didn't realize was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hang out with a lot of people that are like very close to me because of their lifestyle, and it doesn't match mine anymore.
Yeah.
And then I just realized that I had a smaller group. And then the biggest change was people wouldn't invite me anymore to things because I didn't
Really?
drink. Yeah. And I thought that was really interesting because I was like, wow, just because I don't drink, they
it's
automatically
because
think, oh, he doesn't want to be here.
They
'cause
want
it's
the good
alcohol.
time miles.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I love still going out for like big dinners and like going to a bar. Like,
Yeah.
I can do all of that. I'm just not drinking. It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
So then you get to this weird lonely stage where you're basically very unsocial. You're not seeing anyone.
Yeah.
And then when you go out, like I went out, the roof gardens.
Yeah.
And I actually, funny enough, bumped into Rez and like a few of those people. And they all looked at me and went, "Why are you out?" And I was,
But why do people
and I
think
was
that
like,
if you don't
sorry,
drink,
what do you think? I'm a
can't
hermit. And it was funny because I did have a fresh mint tea, and it was 1 a.m. and I was like, well, I'm having a great time with some friends of mine. We're out. It was a great night. I had a great time.
Yeah.
And I went to bed at like 2 a.m., which is late.
See, I could
But
not be doing that.
again, it depends who you're with.
Yeah.
Like for
yeah,
me, I
that's
was with
true.
some really good people.
What do you find it dating and you not drinking?
Yeah.
Is that a weird one?
Yes, it used to be. I was on a date ages ago when I first stopped really drinking. And the whole conversation was about how I didn't drink.
Oh,
It was awful. When I tell you it was awful, it was like, just like, why? But why? Like, it's been a bit boring.
I would.
and it was-
My new thing, my favorite thing to say to people now is, it's none of your business. Yeah. I just say that about everyone. Like, even when people say, "How was your date?" It's nothing to do with you.
But that's the thing. You kind of like it. You get this shift again, and it just naturally happens. I now attract people who don't really drink that much. And it's really weird because I don't go seeking out to find girls who don't drink.
Yeah.
But now I'm like naturally meeting people who are like, "Oh, I don't really drink," and I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's
Because you're
great."
probably
'cause I
meeting them
don't
in the
drink.
gym or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But you're in there talent spotting. That's what
No,
you're doing. And
I
then
rule. I rule never date in your gym, which I have done, and it,
Of course you have. It went badly, didn't
it
it?
went badly. You should not do that. It's fine, we're friends. But
No, because I was going to say, and I don't. This is on a more different level. It must be like, how does it work if you're with a girl and you go on a date and she is drinking? You can tell she gets drunk.
yeah.
Because obviously you're going to be on a totally different level.
Yeah.
For you, do you find it not off-putting, but you've got to be a bit more cautious? Like,
Well, the thing
shoot
is, if
first.
she's doing that knowing that I don't drink, then I know it's not a good match, because I think naturally, I don't mind talking a bit about, why do you not drink? It's like, oh, well, because of this and this, and then you move on. And if they're like kind of ignoring that and then getting drunk, it's like, why are you doing that knowing that we're going to
opposite.
be completely different levels?
Yeah.
Have a few drinks, that's absolutely fine, but don't get yourself wrecked because now we're not going to match. I don't also, you feel a bit weird, like you're stone cold sober and they're just like really drunk.
Yeah, it is
So
a bit weird.
you kind of just have to leave.
I'll be
like,
honest, I've had a situation like this.
Yeah,
in the
it's
past.
awful.
I was the drunk one,
Yeah.
obviously, just in case you were wondering.
So you kind of just, luckily it hasn't happened to me that much, but I would just leave the situation and be like, anyway, it's been
Do you
lovely.
remember Langley House? For anyone
How could
listening,
I forget?
during COVID, we all had to live in a place called Langley House because obviously, what is it? We couldn't
had to
touch each
isolate as
other.
a bubble
We had to
and-
isolate.
Yeah.
Anyway, this place slightly traumatized
you
me.
go?
No, but
That would
basically
be
in the
amazing.
house, there was one fridge. Bearing in mind there's 15 people
Yes,
doing their
that's what it
online
was.
shopping for food.
One
and I remember
fridge.
Tristan and I, it was just mayhem. Anyway, this transpires. One of my oldest friends from Bradfield is marrying the man who owns the house. And her wedding is there. And so I got the wedding invite through and I was like, can I go back there? Like, the house is amazing.
It was
but
wilderness also gives me shivers.
No, no,
So
I
a lot of people
can't.
do their weddings there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
it's, yeah. The best was the one we did in Surrey.
Yeah,
That was nice because it was pre-summer.
It was also
but
like
the
good
problem was it was
weather.
also winter, so it was so cold. There was nowhere to go.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and everyone just living on top of one. It was just.
I'm trying to work out. Do you reckon that was your what was your worst time on Made in Chelsea? Like, if you,
I don't think that was my worst time because that was like it was like living.
No,
wise
you were
was
fine because you were
stressful.
sneaking off to see your boyfriend every 5 minutes. But yeah, when do you think your hardest moment
My worst
was?
time was probably the relationship with Sam, like the on and offs, and then like I think just before I left, that was just like so traumatic because it was like. You're actually going through a breakup, and it was just the whole stressful, like
Yeah.
trying to keep things off camera to see what was going on,
Yeah.
and yeah,
And then you have to rewatch it again. to have
yeah,
it
exactly.
Well,
and like,
yeah, no, you go.
and back then it's like everyone would give you a lot of hate if they didn't like something they saw on the show.
But it's weird because the second it's a relationship issue, people suddenly jump on you. And
Yeah.
it's like, you did this and you did that.
Yeah.
But when you're single and you behave badly, it's not as frowned
They don't really
upon.
care as much.
But it's very,
yeah.
no, because I was saying this the other day about the
I
breakup.
think being on the show single is a lot nicer than being on the
Oh,
show in a
100%.
relationship. Yeah.
It's because you don't have that much. And actually, I think what it is as well is the.
Mama?
Sweet little thing.
This is your second time on this podcast.
I know, he's becoming quite the regular. But I think when you're single, there's not that much pressure. And if you fuck up, you're not really affecting anyone else apart from
Exactly.
yourself. But if you're in a relationship...
Yeah, and also my relationship was very turbulent, and
How long
the person I was
were you with
dating was
Sam?
quite
Yeah, it feels like forever.
3.5 years on that.
Oh my God, that is a
It was a
long
long time, actually.
Yeah.
Especially when you're so young.
Yeah, and on a TV show. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing was just,
What about yours?
worst time.
Worst moments? Or hardest?
Probably Croatia. Croatia was my first series. So even though I like grown up with you and I knew Ollie very well and things like that, it was my first foray into television. So I'd never seen myself on screen before. And then on that, I also didn't behave very badly.
Didn't behave badly?
I didn't behave very well. I behaved quite badly. It was when I was
It's
like...
when you get caught out for something, that's the worst,
No, and
I
then
think.
but that's the worst part is that you actually have to just own it because you're screwed
and
otherwise.
I didn't. I did like the complete opposite. I was like denied till I die.
Explain what happened. Remind her what happened then.
Basically, I was dating Sam Prince, like fairly casually, but also what you don't know is if somebody's not on the show and is not getting airtime, they'll
dob you in.
Well, also they'll try exactly. It's like every man for themselves.
You think you trust someone, and then they're ringing it.
No,
they're ringing
and
a producer,
the
being
second
like,
their storylines
"Tiff did
are
this."
drying up.
Yeah.
Hello, and then
No
fucking
one's
throw
your
you under the
friend.
bus.
So
No
Sam
one.
Prince and I, who were like sleeping together, getting together, whatever, fairly casually. This was like back in 2017 or something. So this is going back a long way. I then went to Croatia and Sam didn't come. And when I was in Croatia, Miles and I started getting together. But at this point, Sam told me that he wanted to like be exclusive and like things like that, which I just ran with because I'm such a like, I crave attention. And if someone's like, I love you, I'm like, oh my God, they love me. And then Sam did get flown out because he obviously told the producers. And when I was there, I was having a chat with Sam, and Miles walked in and said, "You left your earrings on my nightstand last night, last week or whatever." And I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I did watch it. And it was great.
It's quite good.
Awful for
it's
you.
good
but
television.
It's great
and
television.
I literally went and panicked and went, "Okay, thanks," and then made up this like really horrible lie about like why I was in his bed. And how we definitely didn't make up.
admit that you were sleeping with as well?
To this day, I've never said that I was sleeping with him.
It's like
was like,
obvious
no,
you
it
were, but
didn't
you're like,
happen.
I'm not gonna admit it.
I'm
not
trying
gonna
to
admit it.
think what I've like panic lied about. There's
Oh, it was
bitten
so
me in the arse.
bad, and it was so obvious I was lying as well. And
I-
Sean, the
it's the
producer,
worst.
still like has zero respect for me because he's like, "Tabs, you have to just fucking say it because you've
Yeah,
been
like,
caught
they
out."
always
And I'm
say
like,
that though.
"No."
They're like, just own it, and you're like, it's not you who's having to deal with it. Like, you're like, own what? Own what?
It's so true, actually.
I don't feel. Have you ever like been caught out on a lie?
No, I've just been caught out of being a knob.
I feel like you weren't.
I'm trying to think. I mean, in terms of my hardest moments, was probably the relationship with Tristan was hard. Because it was also a mix
it
of
was
the
hard in real
lockdown.
life.
It was hard. We just didn't. It was. He didn't cope well in those COVID situations, and I don't think I. And then I felt the pressure from him to have to make him feel better while also trying to be doing the show.
Yeah.
But not being caught out really. I think by the end of it, I ended up being more of like a people pleaser, which was so. Oh, you're right, Heath. Are we boring you?
I love watching it now, though. I love watching you on it still.
"Really?
Great, yeah.
You are loved.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know."
Oh no, my favourite thing of doing was breaking up with people, but then secretly getting back with them, and then just never telling anyone. And then the show would be like, "Listen, we know that you're sneaking around. Could you just say?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then actually, I got really fucked over by loose women. I did this sort of like it was
Those
about
loose women.
it was meant to be about alopecia, and it was a Zoom on their like chat show. And obviously, because the timelines of Chelsea, Tristan and I got back together, but it wasn't announced or aired that we were back together. Anyway, the Ruth Langsford said, she goes, "Don't worry, we're not going to mention any of that. 3, 2, 1, live. Photo of me and Tristan comes up." Because
They do fuck you, but
and I
it's
was
like Daily Mail.
speechless. I was like, I don't know. I didn't really know what to say.
It's like the Rick Edwards shows at the end of the
Oh
season.
my God,
Those
the
mixtapes.
end of
Do you?
season series.
I only did one.
They were awful, and they'd always say, "I don't want this brought up." Okay, no worries. Get on the sofa, and they'd be like, "Right."
I
So
remember.
you cheated or something?
No,
You're
no,
like,
it's
"Oh,
the
no."
piss. I remember they don't. Yeah, because then we had Rick Edwards, but then.
Oh, I might have to feed him quickly.
Can I tell you something? I had a nutritionist on here last week,
Yeah.
and she said it is better to breastfeed your baby for as long as you can because it changes the shape of their face.
Yeah,
So
it does.
honestly,
It changes.
fed is best.
Yeah.
I'm so like
Fed just generally.
fed
That's
just
a- that's-
generally.
Yeah.
That's when people are like, breast is best. And I'm like, no, fed is best. Like, some people can't breastfeed. Some people struggle
Yeah.
with it. Some
Yeah.
people just flat out
No, but
don't
as
want
in
to.
more
Yeah.
against, you know, how the people, some people, I mean, breastfeeding a 5-year-old's fucking niche, so I don't think that's quite the
Yeah.
case. But I mean, like, yeah. Well, listen, we've got all of this to look forward to with me. I'm joking. I'm not getting my udders out, and I'm not feeding a child.
Do you think you would breastfeed, or like? Do you think you'd breastfeed?
I don't. Can I be honest? I haven't even thought about it.
No.
Someone even asked me the other day if I've ever thought about a wedding ring. I was like, I still need to find the old husband first.
How is that?
What, going for husband hunting? Yeah. I'm looking for someone. Did you see the thing I posted? Looking for someone
Get
in
the Times
finance,
rich list.
95, no relatives.
My mum calls the Times Rich List a catalogue.
No, but weirdly,
Say that.
the only thing actually, because I was thinking about this the other day, I don't feel the pressure to get married and have babies. But the only thing that I think would be sad about it is that I would love to be pregnant at the same time you guys are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that we would have kids the same age.
Yeah.
That's probably the only side that
my
I would.
friend, well, you guys know Lily Dovici, she's just had a baby, and I'm like, this is so nice because they're literally 4 weeks apart.
Yeah.
So nice.
So nice.
I never had that. 'cause
No,
I
'cause
was
you
like
had
the
it
first.
quite
Yeah,
young.
how old are you in? 26 when you had Ottilie?
26 when I was pregnant, 27 when she was born.
Were you completely the only one in your group who's had a baby?
Yeah, I didn't know anyone, but her dad, Ottilie's dad's friends were around the thing because he's 11 years older than me.
Yeah.
But still, they weren't my friends. It wasn't like normal.
It makes a difference when you've got a friend who's got a baby the same age and you're like going through the same things.
But
then,
what is quite nice is now my friends that are doing it and going through it, I'm like really breedy and be
Yeah.
like, I understand.
You're like
Yeah, you
Florence
can help
fucking
them.
Nightingale running around doing all
and I
that.
bet Ottilie loves like little babies and like looking after them.
She told her teachers that I had a baby in my tummy the other day and came home with a picture of me with twins in my tummy, a boy and a girl, one in blue, one in pink.
As in she'd drawn it.
She'd drawn it, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be.
Does
I'm
she
gonna
say
need
to you like, I want a
explain.
sibling?
Yeah,
I want...
but she wants a brother and a sister because of Ollie and Gareth's
Oh, okay,
kids.
so they're twins.
Yeah.